Hello guys. So dynamic memory allocation is the topic that we are talking in this session. In the previous session we talked about the what is dynamic memory allocation, also the difference between the static and the dynamic memory allocation, along with the important points about the DMA, right? And we focused on the two words, that is undecided size and runtime. These are the two important words, like undecided and the runtime, right? These two things which we need to keep in mind. And also we can allocate the memory as well as we can free the memory, so ultimately we can manipulate the size. So today we discuss about the functions which are responsible for the dynamic memory allocation. So when you say that you are working with the memory, you are working with the memory space, in that case you can increase the memory size, you can you can allocate the memory size, you can free the memory space, right? So to perform all these things we have certain functions, for that. So certain functions are there which are responsible for the dynamic memory management, and all these functions belong to the stdlib.h. This is the library. Not always necessary that you need to add this, because in advanced processors, in advanced compilers, it understands that if you have not included this library, but still your program can work. But in case if it gives an error like prototype mismatch or prototype missing, just add this library. Okay, so here we have total 4 functions. The very first function is the malloc, second function is calloc, third one is the realloc, and the fourth one is the free. Keep it small f. Okay, so free. Malloc we have already studied during the linked list creation, right? If you remember, we have used the malloc function through which we used to get the size of the node, right? And that and it generates the pointer which we store in the one pointer variable. So ultimately the main focus of the malloc function is it allocates the memory. But how much memory it allocates? Memory of the requested size. So if I say malloc of 5, means it will allocate the 5 memory space. But because this is the function, it returns something. So what it returns? It returns the pointer. Pointer to which? Pointer to the first byte of allocated space. Let's understand this. Let's say that if I write malloc 5, right? Suppose I write malloc 5. It means I want 5 memory blocks, 5 memory space. This malloc function returns something. It returns something. So of course, because it returns something, it returns pointer. So I need some pointer variable which can store the returned value. So if I write ptr is equal to malloc of 5, malloc of 5 means 5 memory spaces it will occupy. Now let's assume that here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 memory spaces. So it is reserved. It is reserved through the malloc function, and the address of this block is 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105. So it has created or it has reserved the 5 locations, but it returns, so my 5 is the parameter, right? It's a requested size, and this 101 is going to be stored in PTR. Why? Because this malloc function returns something. It returns the pointer, but pointer which? Pointer to the first byte, and this 101 is the first byte of allocated space. Total allocated space is 5, but I cannot return the multiple addresses. So what will I do? I'll return 101, and this 101 will be stored in the PTR, right? So this is the malloc function which we can use for the DMA. Now next is calloc function. So malloc and calloc both are same. The only difference is allocates the space. Calloc allocates the space for elements of an array. Okay, fine. So this is nothing but the array. We can say this is the array. Okay, but the major difference is it initializes the elements to 0. So see, when I say 5 locations through the malloc, all these locations will have the garbage value at initial stage. Very beginning, when you actually allocate the space, it will have the garbage value. But if you are doing the same thing through the calloc, it will initialize all these locations by the value 0. So this is the main difference between the malloc and the calloc, right? It initializes the elements to 0, and the same, it returns a pointer to the memory. It will return the 101 only. Fine. So this is the calloc. The next one is the realloc. The next one is the realloc. As name says, realloc means reallocation. So through the realloc function, you can modify the size. Of previously allocated memory space. If I say that through the malloc or the calloc, right, only 2 functions we can use to allocate the memory. So here I have allocated 5 space, but let's say now I realize that no, I want only 3 spaces. So what it will do? It will automatically cut down these 2 locations. So ultimately what I am doing, I am modifying the size. But let's say instead of, so now it is 3, right? But let's say no, I want 7. So in that case, in the case of the 7, it will increase the size. So it can reduce the size as well as it can increase the size. So ultimately it can modify the size. So we call it the reallocation. And this we can do through the realloc function. The last one is the free. So as name says, it frees or it empties the previously allocated memory space. Let's understand this, that see, if I say that I have, wait a minute, let me clear all the okay, let's say that I say that I have created the linked list 3, linked 10, linked 5, linked 20, and linked let's say 2. This is my linked list. Now I want to delete the node. I want to delete this node. So what will I do? I will create the link from 10 to 20, right? But my 5 is still in the memory. I have just changed the linked. I have just changed the pointer, but data is still there. So here actually, if we don't want this node, means if it is not usable, in that case there is no sense to keep it in the memory, right? So we need to free this space, right? we cannot delete the node. We can delete the node actually, but the address is there, the space, the reserved space is there. We need to free that space, right? And for that we have a free function. So through the free function we can completely free this memory space which is reserved by the value 5, this particular node, right? So this is about the basic functions of the dynamic memory allocation or dynamic memory management, which belong to the stdlib.h, and you can use all these 4 functions in your program. More about the detail about all these functions we will talk in the next part.